Welcome to the 8-Bit Apocalypse Nerdcast. We call it a Nerdcast because it's about the nerdy things that we surround in our life with. My name is True Hegemon. You can call me Dan, and I'll be the host of this podcast. And I'm joined here by a clock. We call him Cage. How you doing today?
Doing good.
All right, perfect. And then we're also joined by Lee Digital Live. We call him Nate. How you doing today, Nate?
Ready to talk some sweaty.
All right, sweaty nerd business is
Still
what
gross.
we talk about. It's still gross. All right, so today we're going to be talking about E3 predictions, even though some unnamed company that we will eventually talk about totally nipped us in the butt today in our predictions episode. The day we do it, they announce crap. So we're going to get into that in just a minute. But before we're going to do that, we're going to talk about just a little bit of what we've been doing in the last week. If you'd like to start out, Nate.
Well, I've been playing Castlevania Portrait of Ruins on my 3DS. It's a good old throwback. Been playing some Minecraft. I went to go see Mad Max Fury Road for a third time in the theater. Got drunk. That was
You
fun.
gotta let that go.
And I saw Tomorrowland, which was alright.
We all know the podcast rule is you're not allowed to talk about Mad Max.
Not since that one
Okay.
time.
No.
Cage, what have you been into?
Hey, that one time is not being used anymore.
That one
We
time.
got rid of it.
That one. No, I still have the recording.
I can get rid of it.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not.
I saw
I'm
Chappie
not
the other
doing that
day.
segment.
Yeah, how was Chappie?
Really liked it. Definitely left a lot of potential at the end. Really looking forward to maybe a sequel. Because that's a world-changing kind of movie, and it's incredibly potential for being real.
All right, very
Other
cool.
than
Duncan
that,
doesn't
just
like
playing
the
Smash
ideas.
Brothers, and you're breaking in and out, Nate.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it sounds like you're having connection
Yeah,
problems.
you gotta fix yourself. But playing Smash Brothers and Mario Kart online and just having a good time.
Very cool, very cool. You said Tales from the Borderlands 2, right?
Yeah, I picked that up and played through the first chapter. Look really excited to get to the next one.
And from what I understand, you
Super
did not kill Shade.
No.
What is wrong
Unlike
with you?
some people, he didn't annoy me. He's just crazy. I have a feeling he'll come in handy later.
I got a feeling you should have killed him. But anyways, moving on. So, what I've been up to is Tanya just came out as DLC for Mortal Kombat 10. And that has been fantastic. She was the one nobody cared about, super boring. Everybody's like, we'll just wait until Predator. Downloaded Tanya. She's super fun. She is definitely got to be the closest feeling to Batgirl and Injustice in the fact of just pure speed and air fighting. But other than that, downloaded Street Fighter 4. I had mentioned that maybe the last episode that I was excited about it. Now I know what everybody's talking about, that it's a glitchy mess. They had a patch today, didn't really fix a lot, so hopefully they get on the ball because it's ruining tournaments. Other than that, played a bit of The Witcher, played a bit of Minecraft like I always do, and other than that, I think that's just about... Oh, no, we'll get to the other thing. But moving on, so we'll talk about E3. So when it comes to E3, E3 is going to be starting, what is it, the 16th? 16th? No. Wait. Maybe? What day does it start? I had it in front of me. 16th?
Yeah, it's June 16th through the 18th.
16th through 18th. Okay, so yeah. 16th through the 18th, which, midweek. It's going to be pretty much a week from now. Which, it's going to be really fun. There's a lot of really exciting things. But I think today we'll talk about our predictions. Then we'll go into what Big Daddy Bethsaid ruined for us today. And other than that, we'll be good. So if you want to go ahead and start, Nate, with what your predictions or dreams of
No,
E3
I think
are.
that's just
about
whether my
Roland.
appetite is.
Did Nate die?
So game that has not been announced yet. Is what you're saying?
Games that have not been announced
Right?
yet we're excited about, or dream games that
Like
could
games
pop
we
up
don't
on
know
our
that are
list.
coming?
Yes. Nate's dead. Is that me, or is that you guys? Are we?
I think I might be dead. They're both breaking out for me.
You're just fine.
I think it's our Skype connection. Because I keep getting like dead silence.
It just cut out. Like, seriously cut out.
Can you hear me?
Oh man. All right. Looks like my Skype connection is terrible.
You guys
I can hear you now.
Okay. Nobody breathe. Okay. Yep, there goes the dead silence again. It keeps dropping our call. The call keeps dropping, guys. There's a problem with this call. Hold on while we try to get the call back. Oh, we lost Nate. It's got to be Nate, because the moment he bumped out, everything was
cleared up.
perfect. So, let me. If you want to go ahead and talk about your E3 stuff while I get him back in, that would be cool.
Sure. So E3, lots of big news lately, especially if you guys follow his blogs, Kotaku and Gizmodo. They've been covering a lot of things, especially the teasers people have been dropping. Like we talked about Bethesda, they've been going through this legal battle for years with Boston, trying to get them recreated. And anyone who follows that knows that Fallout 4 is coming. And if you go to the Fallout website, you'll see that a latest trailer for it came out. Now, the cool thing about it is everything in there is live graphics. That's not a CG animation. That's, hey, there he is. Talking Fallout 4, just what we saw from the trailer and what we liked about it.
Definitely your connection. We went ahead and just jumped into the Fallout talk so we can kind of get that rolling, just to get you caught up, okay?
All right.
All right, so anyways, go ahead and finish up, Cage.
My favorite part so far, the dog. Really high hopes if he's going to be a good companion or not.
Okay. Let me interject real quick.
Awesome.
Real quick. That is not dog meat. A bunch of people pointed out online that is not dog meat because, one, he's a German Shepherd. Dog meat has never been a German Shepherd. Number two, he seems to be tied to the family and the household somehow, some way. So a lot of people are definitely considering that this is going to be an attachment from the beginning of the game and not from the end of it, like something you find.
So can we talk a little bit about Vault 111 and how terrifying that would be?
So they might be killing the Vault 111 actual lore that's actually in the universe, but I don't remember where it was, somewhere in Fallout 3 or New Vegas, there is information on a Vault 111. Vault 111 is known as the Christmas Vault. Inside of the Christmas Vault, as we all know, each vault had laboratory experiments. The laboratory experiment inside of Vault 111 was that every religion, everything you do, everything you say, and every day of your life is Christmas. Eventually, eventually it drove everybody in the vault mad, and they started killing each other. There was a war between Christmas, between the people that believe that the Red Man was the truth and that he gives the gifts and he gives life, and the other half of them that thought that the Red Man is a lie and that they needed better gifts. And eventually they killed each other, the vault opened, and people that were there got freed or were dead. And a lot of people are thinking and hoping, I'm amongst them, that this is actually the lore from Vault 111, and they keep it and they roll with it because that would be really exciting to see.
Yeah, because that means you're one of the. Yeah, you're either that or you escape, and this can even take place before 3 as well.
Ooh, even bigger twist. Red Man lets you out.
It's like ho ho.
Maybe not
son.
Santa specifically, just someone in a red suit something
No,
that just might
this is
signify it
Fallout.
as like a
It
Santa
would be
type
Santa,
character?
but he'd be mutated.
It insinuates that it's Santa. It's definitely Santa, but he's, obviously maybe it's like a machine or something that gives presents, and the presents are the stuff that basically their supplies and stuff are given as gifts, and eventually they get crappy or stop coming or are more far in between.
I'm hoping for a
We
super
miss the
mutant.
gifts. Maybe it is a super mutant that's
So,
giving gifts. He just eats a
yeah,
child
it
every
takes
now and
place in
then.
Boston. That's been confirmed, right? Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
that whole
it's,
leak battle bit.
it's Boston.
Yeah, it's 100% Boston. They got
Yeah.
there's like a million Boston on. Okay, maybe not a million, but there are at least 4 Boston monuments inside of the trailer alone. Because the biggest and noticeable one for me was the Paul Revere statue.
Yeah, that's the one I noticed.
What else was there? There was there was a lot, but moving on from that, some of the more interesting things from the trailer, and the one that a lot of people are really tearing apart, is at the end the guy that talks. And I say guy that talks because it isn't confirmed whether or not that's your dad or if that is the character we play as. A lot of people want to believe that's the character you play as. A lot of people are angry that the Fallout character just spoke a line for the first time. But I want to believe the more interesting rumor.
The illusion is ruined.
I want to believe the more interesting rumor, because why are we seeing these pre-war flashbacks? In these pre-war flashbacks, we see a baby that looks like the guy at the end of the video and a family that looks like the guy at the end of the video. The dog is visiting the house that he could be potentially familiar with, maybe, maybe not, or it's just maybe reminiscing and happens to be going through his house. But we know that that was the vault that the town hid in when the bombs dropped. We know that he looks like the people in that video, so he very well could be the baby saved by the vault. But what a lot of people think is that's your dad in the game, and that's him talking, and that's his dog, and that's your family dog that he has kept alive and bred throughout him being inside of the vault. And that this vault, they weren't in it as long, or maybe in some sort of stasis, which would work against the Christmas idea that it's the Christmas vault. It would be something else instead, but there's a lot of explanation to do, because Fallout, for anybody that knows, the vaults didn't start to open until like 100 and some, was it about 100 years after the bombs dropped? But the only thing that works against that also is that the Enclave and the U.S. government are running all of Boston in this video, in this trailer. And if that's true, they'll know sooner when the bombs and the radiation is clear. And the vault could have opened sooner. For all we know, we grew up in the wasteland, not the vault, in this game. And that's kind of interesting. We might see ourselves grow up outside of the vault this time, in that hideout.
Also, that guy, because there's a part of the trailer where it shows you in first person.
It could just be a video of him. That could be you him as a character exiting the vault for the first time, or potentially he's reusing that vault to protect you in a small community.
Or that you played the tutorial part of the games normally at the beginning. Maybe you play as his dad.
That's what a lot of people were thinking. You play as the dad, and the decisions you make as a dad kind of maybe affect how your character might get built. And then, like every Bethesda game, it just goes, "Are you sure you want these decisions? Okay, fine. Now you're born." It won't be.
Yep.
I mean, all this is potential, but I really kind of want to believe that that's your dad, and that's your family dog. And that you inherit the dog. Maybe something happens to your dad, or you have to help your dad at the beginning of the game and you exploring, or maybe it's a revenge story. The only thing I don't like about that is Fallout 3 was all about finding your dad. Kind of
it's
the
like
same
repeating
thing.
the same story.
And when they showed like the gas station and how the gas station was turned into a base, and how like you're coming out of the vault, that was probably the only thing that bothered me. It's like, you guys are just kind of telling the same story again.
Well, my question is, what makes you think there's even a dad? I just thought you were just a vault driller that got out of the vault and just go about your stuff and just find a dog.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, and that could be very well a possibility that you just freaking ignore any bit of evidence or tie-ins. We know that Bethesda doesn't put something out there unless it means something. We know that they pay attention to detail, and also, why would they show us pre-war Fallout? Like the World War IV Fallout.
It's just a cool. It's just to give you a visual, like, neat.
But Bethesda wouldn't put it in there for any reason, and those are the most detailed sections of the trailer. They're not going to just axe those and say, "Yep, that was just trailer content." Like, I really believe that they mean something, and whether it means what we think it means and what a lot of people want to think it means, or whatever they don't want to think it means, it has to mean something. It's going to be part of the game because we already have a confirmation that everything you see in there is from the game.
Yeah, it's actual footage.
Which means the pre-war scenes are from the game.
Might be their, like, cool way at the beginning explaining what the Vaults are about. They visually, instead of just flat out telling you in the other games with Ron Perlman just explaining it, they might have Ron Perlman explaining it, but physically showing you, instead of with steals, they actually show you, like in-game video of how it all went down. How, like, people around neighborhoods and stuff would go to the vault. Not all of them went in. The rest of them died. That could be the very opening of the game. It means nothing. That's why I think
everybody's pretty sure. Everybody's on board with it being the tutorial level. Nobody's arguing with the pre-war stuff being the tutorial level. What we're not on, everybody's on board with and arguing back and forth with, is whether or not that is the main character or not. That's the big argument, and I kind of want to believe that it's not, because Bethesda really does support the idea that the main character doesn't talk, because the moment the main character talks, you are removed as that character.
Well, there's also a possibility that that character only talks in the trailer, and you never see him talk.
That's a possibility, but then they're wasting so much ideas, and they're hitting every single idea that fans wanted for a Fallout 4. Aside from the character talking was the one thing that some people were torn on.
Yeah.
We want to see more pre-war Fallout. And if the whole tutorial world is pre-war Fallout, because previously the only pre-war Fallout we got to see or even experience was the virtual simulation in 3.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was one of the best parts of the game.
Yeah.
All right, guys, keep talking for just a moment. Keep talking for just a minute. I gotta take care of something.
Yeah, the other two things I want to bring up, because the artist in me wants to so bad. The color, the use of color, is so nice to see in a Fallout game, because the older ones, and even especially 3, they're very grimy looking. You know what I mean? You played the older ones, right? Yeah.
Fallout.
Yeah, well, it made sense in DC because, they're constantly hit with nukes, and then Boston is only hit by like 1 or 2, if that. I know they're hit by at least 1, because practically every state was hit by 1. So it wouldn't be as bad. I also noticed, like, the engine, like the new lighting engine.
Yeah, the new lighting engine was awesome. The new weather engine, and they're integrating the new weather engine in how they gain electricity and stuff like that. Because if you notice, they have electricity in these villages. They had power lines in these towns, and they had lightning rods like everywhere.
Yeah, I love that.
That'd be awesome.
The other thing I want to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
No.
I was gonna say the artist who did all the concept art for this game is going to be his last art he ever does, because unfortunately the lead artist that did a lot of the designs for Fallout 3, even a little bit of New Vegas, and he did a lot of this game. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2012. So this is going to be like his last bit of like art that's in a video game, unfortunately. So that's another thing I'm kind of excited, and it looks really. I liked the style of how the buildings. I really like the guy's artwork. I liked his idea of how the Fallout buildings would look like, how they're all like pieces of buildings from other buildings put together. I don't know. It's really sad, but it looks really good. I love the use of color this time around. I love all the familiar places in Boston. They even showed the not the town hall, but the Capitol building in Boston, which is really cool. The big gold dome. You actually see it in The Last of Us as well. They showed that. I like the look of like the dog. I love the animations of how it moves around and how it's playing with that thing
Zombies.
on
The ghouls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
that
watching the
was
trailer
awesome.
right now again.
And yeah, that's another thing. The animation. Did you notice, like, because this has been my problem with a lot of the previous Bethesda games. Skyrim got a little better, but the animations, it's like so improved.
One weird
From
thing I
Fallout 3.
noticed talking about animations, and so I'm not the only person online that's noticed this, is that, okay, so in Fallout 3, you don't have sprint, right? In Skyrim, you have sprint. Now, if you notice, when people were running in this trailer, they were still doing the weird running animation that they did in Fallout 3, which is fine, because it's a Bethesda game, free roaming, shit happens. You can't really control everything.
Yeah.
But, like, if it, in Skyrim, when it was sprinting, they didn't do that weird animation. They had a sprinting animation. So does that mean that sprinting doesn't exist in the new Fallout game?
Maybe.
See, that's... I was really looking forward to it, but, like, it's a possibility that it doesn't happen.
It's hard to say until they show some gameplay footage, which they kind of hinted towards later during E3 that they were going to. So we just gotta wait till then. I'm also curious if they're going to bring VATS back.
Of course they are.
Cause that
Of course they are.
Yeah, I mean, how much are they gonna change it though? Like,
they'll add something to it, but it's gonna be bad.
I don't know.
There's no way it's not going to. I mean, Fallout is like a fan service game. Whatever fans say, it happens.
I do know there was an older interview with Tom Howard, the lead president of the Bethesda team. How he wanted to concentrate more in the future on crafting. So we might see some more unique crafting.
We already did
well.
in the trailer. Did you see the gun?
With the power armor.
No, the gun he was holding. Did you see what it was?
No.
It's a rifle.
That's not something I noticed.
It's a rifle with a laser pistol attached to it.
Interesting.
So yeah, there's going to be more unique crafting in it.
Okay. And then, what was the other thing? Oh, there's a shot. I think it's you in the game, because some of those shots where it's third person. Like, there's that really awesome shot where the guy is, like, walking in the city, and it looks like the mysterious stranger.
Yeah, that is the mysterious stranger.
I love love how he just, like, I love the animation and how it looks, and there's, like, water pouring from the the roofs. So it gives it that really cool, like, noir look. And then there's a really cool shot. I had to freeze frame it several times. where there's a power armor guy without wearing a helmet, hanging out with a super mutant.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Whoa, that's cool."
Oh,
What
yeah.
is going on there?
Weird things to notice, though.
Like,
In the trailer, if you look at the one where you see the flying pirate ship, under it,
yeah.
or the flying ship,
Oh, the boosters.
nope, not the boosters. I mean, that is like, oh, okay, that's cool, that's bad. But one of the interesting thing is there's a bank under it. Why is there a bank that we can go into? Does
Yeah,
that
like
mean,
a bridge bank. Yeah.
like, I wonder what everybody's like. Does that mean we have? That's where you store your items, or is there an established bank system in Boston still? Will you be able to buy property, maybe?
Yeah, maybe there's vehicles in this game too, because there's a little couple hints that you actually go into flying
Mm-hmm.
aircrafts, and I'm like, either that's a really cool video, or they're just showing off cool stuff, or you actually do get into like the hovercrafts that the choppers, whatever, that the Enclave and the Brotherhood still use. So like maybe you can get them to take you to place to place. I also noticed like how much detail like the city is. Like I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Like every corner of this area is going to have something to do.
Did
You
you
have to
know?
go through all Boston to find some like certain items. There's going to be like probably like a sewer you can go under. There's like probably filled with super mutants or something really crazy. I love the Deathclaw shot. There's even a shot with a two-headed cow, a merchant cow.
Yeah, the Brahmin.
And, yeah, the Brahmin. And then there's another shot. I thought it was the Mirrorlynx, but it's not. It's just a gigantic mutated crab.
We're
Did you see that?
actually we're not sure if it's a Mirelurk or a crab because it could be a new lurk for the Mirelurk, or it could just be
That's
a
true.
new creature altogether. Because we're in Boston and that's next to the ocean.
True. So I was like, that's interesting.
Also, how big the
Um,
cities are. Have you noticed the scale of the game? You can tell when they're in that shot with the highway, just how far back you can see in the game.
Yeah, I can't believe like how sharp the game looks. And it's not like not to like give false like what's the word I'm looking for? Like it looks great, but it's not like the best looking game ever. But it's pretty impressive compared to 3.
Now that still
Like, it is
might
a
be
huge step up.
that might be a high-end PC run of the game too, by the way.
Yeah, but still. It
But
still
looking
looks
at
great.
the graphics and how you can really tell that it is gameplay graphics, or at least in-game graphics, just because it's
Yeah.
not perfect. I mean, if you just look at the way the people were running in that one scene, that's the one I keep going back to because the animations were goofy looking.
Yeah, some. Well, but I also think those are pre-render runs too, like just to tell that story. Because if you watch all the like walking and stuff, and
Well,
like
the walking
other
in
parts
Fallout
of
and
the trailer,
Skyrim was always fine. It's just the running animation
yeah,
that was always goofy.
we'll see. They can always patch that later too. I doubt it, but you never know. It's too early to say. The other thing is they've been working on this game since 2010. And that trailer showed us they're way further along than we thought they were.
A lot of people
'cause
think
honestly,
it comes out September 2016.
that makes sense. I have a weird hunch.
That it might be
I know
September or
this
October
year.
this year. Yeah. Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
lot
I
of people.
think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be November this year. I think it's gonna be a holiday game. I think it's October
No.
makes sense because that's when the last one came
I'm
out.
going to argue with you a little bit here. And this gets to my point of why did they choose today, of all days, to reveal this trailer? Think about it. There's only one reason. It's only one possible reason. It's something me and you have talked about before. I was like, why would they reveal a Fallout or Elder Scrolls game at the same time we're going to see the full gameplay of Doom? They don't want to take the sales from id Software, and they came up with a much more interesting strategy than I thought they would. Yeah, we got the announcement for Fallout 4. Was it a week and a half, 2 weeks before E3? So they killed the thunder and the excitement for E3 for Fallout. If we see anything else on Fallout, we'll have already had the hype explosion. But we haven't seen Doom yet. We have a screenshot of Doom. That's it.
No, no. Today they released, or yesterday they released 13 seconds of footage of I forget the enemy of
the enemy. Yes,
gun,
but that was
and it looked awesome.
That is equivalent of a screenshot. I already know what she was. That was from last week. It wasn't from the other day. It was from last week.
Yeah, but either way, it looked awesome.
That isn't a reveal for Doom. That isn't and Doom is supposed to come out by the end of the year. So they're not going to kill the release of Doom and the hype for Doom and the interest in Doom just because we need to push.
Oh, really? I was here in 2016 for Doom.
Some sources were saying to end of 2015 because we don't have any confirmation of when the game's coming out. But they're not going to kill the hype for Doom for Fallout. That would be why my thought is they would release the trailer today. It's just so that way we have enough time
to get it out of the way.
Because they're having a press conference, and this isn't like a Fallout press conference. This is a press conference. This is a press conference on all of their new IPs coming out and their sequels and all their games. They're not going to want to kill all the sales and pre-orders for all their other games because Fallout was announced.
There's another reason why I think they did it. Because around E3 time, stuff gets spoiled heavy. I think they wanted to announce it in their own terms before any big spoilers came out, like to absolutely confirm it. Even though some stuff spilled, we kind of all assumed there was going to be a Fallout 4, but there wasn't enough solid evidence. And a lot of those rumors were not true. Which I was
a lot of them were true too. A lot of them were true too, like the scouting in Boston,
true.
The fact that it takes place in Vault 111, the lighting system they're using, the algorithm that was leaked at one point, it's neat. It just there was a lot of stuff that was leaked or predicted that was definitely true. I'm really happy.
Yeah.
I'm really happy, and I'm sad because I was wrong, but I'm really happy at the same time that it's not Fallout Online.
Oh.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
Which tells me they didn't win that legal battle.
Oh, no. Actually, I read up on that, Dan. They did. They actually own all rights to Fallout entirely now. They own the online rights, the multiplayer rights, the name, brand, everything now. I actually read that they actually won it in 2012.
Maybe the other mystery game at E3 is Fallout Online.
You never know, man.
Fallout 3 with Fallout Online?
Yeah, if they do that, it would be ZeniMax making it, obviously.
Yeah.
The same team that probably made
definitely outsource it.
Scrolls, but
definitely outsource it.
I think it's too soon. It's something I see happening in the future. I think they're going to test the waters with the actual Fallout game first, and then to hype the people up to get the online one. If they do that, now what would be really crazy? We go to E3, they show the gameplay footage and all kinds of stuff.
And they go, co-op, boom.
Yeah, they go, what, 2-player co-op only, but still, there's co-op. Somebody can play as the dog.
Oh, that'd be messed up.
No, I think the tutorial, you'll be able to play as the dog. The way it was moving around, it looked player controlled, not AI.
That's a possibility. That really is. That the tutorial level is the dog.
Yeah. Interesting.
Now, it would be interesting if there was 4-player co-op in the game. That would be really fun.
Because that would
Trying to
definitely
think.
open up online play. You guys could each either play together or go your own separate ways and just exist in the same universe. That would bring a lot to the game. Because who knows if it's co-op? You guys could be competitive against each other. It would bring a whole new element.
Yeah, they did show. There was hints of an arena.
That's not an arena. We know what that is. That's an enclave base.
Not the ballpark place. I know what that is. That's just a base. Maybe like the other thing I was like just kind of jokingly like just to like completely just dominate E3 to go, yeah, Fallout 4 comes out this year and next year the new Elder Scroll game comes out. Bam, it's over. We win. They're not gonna do that. That's too soon. They're only gonna do one or the other.
Yeah, most likely.
I'm just glad it's Fallout. I love Elder Scrolls and everything, but I like Fallout more, and I like switching on and off, like going from Fallout to an Elder Scroll game and then going back to a Fallout game. They kind of switch it up a little bit because then it gets stale.
Well, it gives each other's franchise time to build each other. I mean, Skyrim took the perk system from Fallout and did a fantastic job with it. I like that they did that. That made Skyrim a much more interesting game. In fact, they used the physics for they learned from the gun physics in Fallout how to make the bow better in Skyrim. Because the bow in Oblivion was, I mean, I love playing with the bow in Oblivion. Don't get me wrong, but compared to Skyrim, how fun the bow play was, oh buddy, that was good stuff right there.
Not only that, they took the companion thing from New Vegas.
They took the companion thing from New Vegas and made it much more fleshed out. It made it worth keeping companions in. The only thing that I liked in New Vegas better than Skyrim's the perks that you got for having a partner. I really like that.
Yeah, like having Boone, it highlights the enemies in red when you zoom, which was great. That was the biggest one I remembered because I always got them. It's such a good perk.
Yeah, having him and the robot with you was extremely useful. Extremely useful.
I completely forgot about perks. I'm like, oh man, that's gonna be fun. God, I can't wait to see the new perks now. Jeez, how big is this strategy guy gonna be?
We'll see.
If it's a Bethesda game, it's big enough to kill somebody with. That's the answer.
All I know is I'm super hyped. The internet's super hyped. It's definitely gonna be fun.
Yeah, pretty much everybody's hyped. Everybody's ready. Our bodies are ready. Take my bottle cap, Bethesda. Shut up and take my bottle cap.
So some other games that I'm excited for. Really excited to see if Capcom drops any Street Fighter V news.
Yeah, maybe some more characters.
It'd be really cool to see one or two more characters at E3 as a surprise. Be really happy about that. Plus, you know, Lucas for Smash Brothers supposed to come out relatively soon. Plus, we have that whole Smash, ballot. There's a lot of news that Nintendo could drop about Smash Brothers. So it's a real big possibility that we could get a bunch of Smash Brothers.
Because you bring up Smash Brothers, I've been reading up on some stuff on that. So, they kind of there's been a lot of rumors that they're going to bring in a lot of stuff from the votes or whatever. And I think they're just going to be introducing some of their own characters. And the
leak. There was a leak a month ago of Ryu and Ike. Or not Ryu and Ike, but Ryu and Roy. Yeah, that's old news. Because there's with the last with the update of Mewtwo, when Mewtwo came out, some guy busted open the ROM on the 3DS game and found sound data and some character data for two new characters, one of them being Roy, and it literally is Roy, and then the rest sound clips for
on
Ryu.
and off.
Sound clips for Ryu, not just any Ryu. Street Fighter 2 Ryu. So I am personally excited if news got dropped about a new Smash Brothers character, and the character was Ryu for sure. You kidding me?
Nah, the game crashed. So our stream is frozen other than audio.
Ah, you sure? Because it's just I stopped moving for a really long time.
Well, the banner across the top is still.
Is this banner still moving?
No, it's still.
It's still okay. I'll have to restart that part. But anyways, but yeah, let me do this. Maybe that's what the WTF is.
So
In our chat.
we're on Konami or Capcom right now, right?
Yeah, we're on Capcom right now.
All right.
So let's talk
I'm
Monster
curious.
Hunter.
Yeah, Monster
Here's
Hunter Cross.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Cross.
That looked pretty
So
cool.
excited. So I love the support class and how they're going to be so much more involved rather than, all right, gonna stun it, gonna poison it from all the way over here. Good luck, guys. Now it's in that trailer, you saw him flipping over the dragon, shooting down. I was like, all right, I'm gonna be an acrobat. This is gonna be a good time.
Yeah, the movement seems very improved.
Well, they're definitely trying to
That
make it
was the
more of
biggest
an
thing I
action
noticed.
game, and I guess the reason why they're calling it cross is because you now have cross attacks, so they're trying to draw on a more casual audience, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine because that's a pretty hardcore series.
Everything
here in
is a
America.
lot flashier.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything's a lot flashier. There's more moves. There's
Guys,
more
I
content,
think we're gonna have to
and
restart
we're
the
seeing
podcast.
areas from each of the games.
We may have to restart the podcast.
Yeah, restart the podcast.
What?
Yeah, because like it's freezing up really nasty.
It's either Skypeworks or TwitchWorks. One of the two.
If I end it now before everything freezes up, then we can save it and I can put it in 2 parts on YouTube. So that's what
Okay.
I'm gonna do. We still
Oh.
have the episode. That's all that matters.